good news. New research reveals that one single organ is responsible for almost all cases of high blood pressure. Contrary to what you may think, it's not the heart, the kidneys, the arteries, or any other cardiovascular organ. By addressing the one organ responsible, you can lower your blood pressure without medications, supplements, diet changes, strenuous exercises, starting today. And it doesn't matter if you're overweight, out of shape, or older than the dawn of time. In fact, you can lower your blood pressure from home in an extremely pleasurable, relaxing way. Not only will you lower your blood pressure, you'll also heal any damage already done to your arteries. And did I mention you'll avoid the side effects of medications? This is no mumbo-jumbo. What I'm about to share with you is based on research from some of the most respected health institutes in the world. But here's a fact you must understand first. You see, in 95% of cases, doctors have no idea what causes high blood pressure. Sure, they'll list some indicators like smoking, being overweight, lack of physical activity, too much salt, excess alcohol consumption, stress, aging, genetics, poor diet, and so on and so on. But almost always, if pushed, they'll have to admit that they have no idea what causes high blood pressure. I didn't make this up. It's clearly stated on the well-known doctor-run site webmd.com. So traditionally, you're pushed to treat your high blood pressure with drugs that can cause serious side effects, without anyone knowing what caused your high blood pressure in the first place. So how are they going to cure it? You can't fix anything when you don't know what caused it, can you? But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was going to tell you about the one organ that causes almost all cases of high blood pressure. First, I should probably introduce myself and explain why you need to listen to me. Hi, my name is Christian Goodman. I'm quite well known in the alternative health field. I'm the author of several books and thousands of research articles. Most importantly, my blood pressure used to average 185 over 129. Like you, I was almost guaranteed to suffer a heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, or some other sudden death brought on by high blood pressure. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, high blood pressure is the leading cause of death worldwide. Like a high-speed multi-car highway accident, high blood pressure will hit you without a warning, anytime, anywhere. One minute you're shoveling snow off your driveway, full of energy. The next you're in the emergency room, or worse. So you understand how terrified I was. Not just of dying, but of leaving my family behind without support. As an alternative health expert, I thought lowering my blood pressure would be an easy task. For a few months, I focused extensively on eating healthy, working out 5 times a week, taking all the blood pressure supplements I could find. And guess what? At my next doctor's visit, my blood pressure was even higher. This was not just devastating for my health. It felt shameful considering my life's passion was natural health. I was helping hundreds of people, tackling almost incurable health issues. In fact, many people lowered their blood pressure following my diet and other lifestyle recommendations. But like the carpenter who couldn't build his own house, my blood pressure remained sky high. Then, a new study came out. As I was flipping through the pages of the Journal of Hypertension, the official journal of the American Heart Association, I stumbled across a mind-blowing study. Everyone who participated in the study had been diagnosed with chronic, untreated high blood pressure. The solution was so simple I could hardly believe it. All the researchers asked the volunteers do was sit down and slow their breathing to 6 breaths per minute. 6 inhales and 6 exhales every minute for a few minutes. Nothing else. You can do this yourself right now. Why don't you pause for a minute, and as you sit still, slow down your breathing for a few breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Feels great, doesn't it? And it doesn't cost a dime. The results were breathtaking. The average blood pressure in the group dropped from 150/83 to 141/78. All it took was a few minutes of slow breathing. These were people from all walks of life. Many had long histories of genetic high blood pressure, and no other treatments had successfully reduced their blood pressure. Now the disappointment hit. Slow breathing definitely helped, but it wasn't enough to completely cure my high blood pressure. But it got me thinking that there was something to this. Since doctors have no idea what causes high blood pressure, who says the diet and exercise approach is the only alternative method? And who are they to say that medication is the best way to lower blood pressure? So I began digging, and I tell you, a can of worms opened. Apparently, hundreds of studies prove that several types of mind and body techniques can significantly lower blood pressure without the horrendous side effects. Let me give you a couple of examples. Blood pressure lowered 18 points in weeks in a study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine in 1977. 29 veterans were taught specific relaxation techniques. They did these exercises for a few minutes every day. Shortly after, the average diastolic blood pressure, lower number, of the group dropped 10 points. And the average systolic pressure, the higher number, a whopping 18-point drop. One participant lowered his blood pressure from 153/93 to 106/70. That's from full-blown life-threatening hypertension to a healthy blood pressure. All in just a few short weeks. All without any diet changes, strenuous exercise, or medications. Plus, follow-up showed that the subject's blood pressures continued to drop over time. This study has been sitting, gathering dust for over 40 years, and no one seems to care, especially the big pharmaceutical companies. Here's another example. Hardening of arteries reversed. High blood pressure damages the arteries, causing them to harden, and hardened arteries restrict blood flow and gather plaque. This is the main reason high blood pressure is deadly. In a study conducted in South Africa, 60 people with high blood pressure were taught simple mind and body exercises. Within months, not only did they lower their blood pressure, they also reversed the hardening of their arteries. This official study was published in the Journal of the American Heart Association in March of 2000. It should have been world news, but for whatever reason, nobody cared. I could go on and on. The bottom line is that mind and body exercises lower blood pressure and improve artery health. You'll begin feeling the difference after doing the exercises just a few times, even the very first time. Now, just to be clear, my hippie days are over. Even if I should be, I'm not interested in sitting around, eating rice, chanting Om, and discussing world peace for hours on end. With age, I've become a pretty practical, down-to-earth guy. And so are the scientists who conducted these studies. So don't expect me to recommend some new age mumbo-jumbo techniques. Let's stick to science and facts. Which brings us to the next question. Now you've seen in the studies I quoted how blood pressure can be lowered almost immediately using nothing but simple scientific exercises. The question you may be asking is, why are these exercises so powerful? It all comes down to what we talked about in the beginning. The one organ responsible for almost all cases of high blood pressure. At this point, you've probably guessed it, right? The brain. Your brain controls everything in your body. Managing your blood pressure is one of its most challenging tasks. Nobody's blood pressure is stable throughout the day. It rocks up and down depending on activity. When you sit down, your brain tells your heart, arteries, and kidneys to lower your blood pressure. When you stand up, An immediate signal is sent to raise your blood pressure and pump more blood to your brain and muscles. Looking at a beautiful landscape or listening to relaxing music, your brain relaxes and sends out a lower blood pressure message. Fight with your spouse and a blood pressure spike message is sent, resulting in the release of truckloads of stress hormones. These blood pressure fluctuations happen thousands of times a day. The problem occurs when your brain is under stress for a longer period of time. This makes your high blood pressure chronic. What's worse, very often, you may be unaware of your high stress level, even if your body is overloaded with stress hormones. And it doesn't have to be emotional stress. You see, there are 4 different types of stress. Physical stress. Common flu causes a spike in stress hormones. So do long working hours, sleeplessness, and even intense workouts at the gym. Sensory stress. Traffic noise has been proven to raise blood pressure, as has watching too much TV. Emotional stress. The loss of a loved one, a divorce, an unhappy marriage, and money worries are a few examples of emotional stressors. Mental stress. Mental stress can put quite a strain on your brain and release stress hormones. Long-lasting, challenging work task is an example of mental stress. You can easily handle all these types of stress for short periods of time, but if stress lasts longer, it triggers your brain to constantly order the release of stress hormones, leading to chronic high blood pressure. Also, the 4 types of stress accumulate. So if someone is sick, loses their job, and gets divorced in the same week, their level of stress hormones would greatly increase. So, what's the solution? Using mind and body exercises, you can give your brain something I call a focused break. For a few minutes, your brain is not under any kind of stress. It's like the world stands still for a moment. In this short period of time, your brain reboots like a frozen computer. When it starts again, everything flows much more smoothly. Your brain can let go of stressful events that happened 20 years ago in minutes. This is the method proven by tons of official studies to lower blood pressure without side effects. And this is what finally got my high blood pressure under control. There is just one problem. There are literally thousands of different mind and body exercises. Some are effective, others may actually increase stress. Many can be extremely difficult to master. People spend decades trying unsuccessfully to control their minds. I examined hundreds of studies to identify the very best methods to lower blood pressure, then worked relentlessly to improve the exercises, to perfect their effectiveness. After I cured my own high blood pressure, I recruited hundreds of volunteers to beta test the same exercises. They gave me feedback, then I went back to the drawing board. I realized that some techniques that worked for me did not work for others. Eventually, after years of experimenting, I came up with what I believe to be the 3 most effective mind and body exercises to lower blood pressure naturally. More importantly, I found that to successfully lower blood pressure, people had to be able to follow exercises easily via audio instructions. This was true in the studies, as well as in my own tests. Therefore, you'll get my easy blood pressure exercises as a downloaded audio file or on CD. Just plug in, press play, and follow along. There's nothing to learn or master. Just watch as your blood pressure free falls. This guarantees that almost everyone can benefit from these easy blood pressure exercises. You may experience these results mere minutes from now. Remember the studies I quoted where people had amazing results within weeks, days, or even minutes? Since you can download the audio files on this site or order the CD for $2 extra, there is nothing stopping you from benefiting immediately. What's more, the risk is all mine. Click the order link below. Check out the mind and body exercises. If for whatever reason, or no reason at all, you're not 100% thrilled with the results, we'll refund you on the spot. Just use the contact link on this page or reply to the email we send you after you order. All I ask is that you contact us within 60 days of ordering. That's the maximum time our credit card processor gives us to refund. But it will never come to this. Why? because after you try the exercises, I think you'll feel like you're walking on clouds. I want you to watch your blood pressure free fall to a healthy level. Feel energized like never before. Stop worrying about suffering a heart attack or stroke. And with your doctor's blessing, I want you to avoid the terrible side effects of blood pressure medications. Enjoy the rest of your long life without worry. I want you to be free to spend quality time with your spouse and family. Play with your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Engage in physical activities and be independent. Your first step is to click the order button below and get your hands on these amazing blood pressure exercises right now. Remember, you're not alone. We're with you every step of the way. My in-house support team has one mission: do whatever it takes, within legal and moral limits, to make our clients happy. So if you have any questions, concerns, or problems regarding our blood pressure exercises, shoot us an email, give us a call, or send us snail mail, and we'll do everything in our power to help. If we can't help, you'll get your money back. The price for the exercises is minimal and simply allows us to manage the website and provide customer support. Because right now, you're facing 3 simple choices. Choice number 1, do nothing. Watch your blood pressure and health risks spike. You know this will almost unavoidably lead to a stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, or something worse. You'll worry about your health every day, knowing that each moment could be your last if your heart or head give in. Choice number 2, be a slave to medications for eternity. Yes, of course you should listen to your doctor, but do you want to be a slave to blood pressure medications for life? Or do you want to take action, cure yourself naturally, and get off meds? The side effects will slowly do you in. Here are just a few examples of side effects taken directly from a government-run website. Cough, diarrhea or constipation, dizziness or lightheadedness, nervousness, erectile dysfunction, exhaustion, feeling weak, drowsy, or lacking energy, headache, nausea or vomiting, skin rash, unintentional weight loss or gain. You can also try to, perhaps successfully, make drastic diet changes and work out day and night. This will definitely help your high blood pressure, but will it cure it? I don't think so. Choice number 3, use our 3 easy blood pressure exercises. The effectiveness of our exercises has been proven by numerous studies. Thousands of people have benefited from them. They're effective, easy, and quick. Most importantly, they have no side effects. The choice is yours and yours alone. But make it now. High blood pressure is like Russian roulette. Every minute you wait, the trigger is being pulled and your risk of harm increases. The only thing that you can do to unload the chamber right now is to click the order button below and make this the best day of your life.